Alright, so I will try to do this maze without giving too much regard as to which screen I use to navigate. So that means I have to keep track of more things so that I don't get confused. I might have to get the option of keeping the colors. Interesting. Okay. So don't give too much regard to which screen you use to navigate. Okay. But all those are dead ends. That's what I know for sure. Alright, so let's go this way. There's a spot right there. Not necessarily calling it a descension point, but just a spot to explore. Okay, there's one more. Using the top to navigate now. Oh gosh. Get free. See, I got confused now. Using the top to navigate. Okay. Nope. If I want the ground to be on the ground, I have to turn that way. So you see that? I have to turn the screen that way for the floor to go back to the floor. Good. This, just like the last one I did, looks too similar. They have two apartments that look too similar. And this seems to be a dead end, dude. Because it doesn't exist. Oh. Got to explore this first. That's it, man. No. Because we have to go back now. Descending. I don't know where else I would have gone to explore, but I guess I have to explore that ascension point. I didn't really keep track of where I came from. Let's explore that extension point. It looks friendly enough. Oh, there's nothing there. Oh, there's an ascension point right there too. Yeah, let's explore that ascension point. Weird. Ooh. Don't want to get confused there. Alright. It's only one way to go. That way and then down. Okay. There's an ascension point. Oh shoot, which way's up and which way's down? Okay. Alright, so because I disregarded which screen I used to navigate, I kind of got confused. I did not keep track of which screen was transdimensional. Sometimes the screens got mixed up. Sometimes the walls got mixed up in the wrong screen. And it was more confusing. But I think if I do that more and more often, I'll get more and more used to it. Let's do that again. Alright, so disregard which screen you use to navigate. Check out both worlds. There's an ascension point right there. Okay. Alright, hold on. I gotta keep an eye on this dude. Alright, so that we can either the ascension point. We could either go upward ascending or upward physically. Okay. We can either go upward ascending or upward physically. That's what that means. That means that there's an ascension point right where I'm standing at. Okay. I didn't catch that the first time. I knew there was an ascension point there, but didn't really quite stick. I hadn't really gone through all the implications of that. Okay. Go down more. Alright. So if I go forward in the physical world, if I go forward in the hyper world, there's nowhere else to go. Look at that. It's blocked. It's just a freaking crevice. But in the physical world, there's actually an extra dimension, an extra opening there. This would be a hyper dimension relative to the hyper world. But yeah, so I kind of get confused there. Okay. And there's nothing in that crevice. All right, so let's go back. So it's just like going back and forth, top screen, bottom screen, and judge the hyper world as being relative to the physical world, and and also judge this as the hyper world, as this being the origin. As this being the physical world, you're going to judge this as the hyper world. So I'm kind of going back and forth to judgments, using one screen to navigate, using the other screen to navigate. The screen that I use to navigate, that's the physical world, and the screen that I use for reference, that turns out to be the hyper world. And I'm just switching back and forth just to gain familiarity with that. Alright, so there was an opening right here. Right where I'm at. That's right. And we can go up. Ooh, I used the top screen to look up. Up. Physical ceiling. There's no ascension points there. Let's see if there's any ascension points here. There's an ascension point there. But let's not get confused. Oh crap. There. Oh gosh. Now I'm really confused. All right, that is the ascension point. That is where we came from. Because I used the top screen and I got confused. I'm not really sure if that's where we came from or not. But let's just say it is, because we're pretty sure it is. Nothing there. Nothing there. Let's go down. Nothing there. Nothing there. And because the wall's missing right there, that means that there's only one way to go, and that's up. There, see? Oh gosh, oh man. Ooh, man. So I'm getting confused as to this. Like, is that up or down, or is that left, right? So that confusion is happening in my head as I'm trying to remember where it came from. Oh, freak. I think that's where we came from. Let's just assume that's where we came from. See, too many directions to keep in mind. That makes me forget where I've been and where I'm coming from and where I'm navigating. because I'm also trying to keep track. I don't know if that's where we came from. Let's just pretend. Okay. I have no sense of physical floor. Damn it! Oh my goodness. What is that? What is that? Green? There's something missing in the green. Let me see something over here. All right. So, for the first time ever, I was looking at this screen as in reference to green. I couldn't tell here. I thought it was just one. I thought it was just one extra room, but that means that there's a way down here. But I'm gonna go this way, but at the same time, I'm gonna turn around so that I don't get confused. There's an ascension point right where I'm standing. Is this where I came from? Oh my goodness. Anyways, but that's an ascension point. I think that's where we came from. Okay, that's where we came from. There's another ascension point. Oh my goodness. Was there ever a first room? I kind of forgot about keeping track of that. Ascension point right there. I'm just gonna try and solve it. Oh, good. Where's the exit? I was getting too confused. I was keeping so much track. I was keeping track so much of the directions and the top and the bottom and how one relates to the other that I forgot where I came from and where I came from and what I needed to explore. So now I have to remember two things. So that is the new memory challenge there. That's the new mind challenge as I try to get familiar with the top and the bottom screen and how they relate to each other.